Welcome back to my annual bullet journal setup where I set up my yearly pages for 2024. I recently bought my first journal from Amanda Rach Lee and I am not disappointed in the least. I absolutely love it. I love the stickers it came with, the design, the paper quality, everything about it. It is just like the Archer and Olive journals which I've used for the past 2 years. I love them both, but I'm really excited to start using my Amanda Rach Lee journal this year. Here's a quick look at what it looks like along with the stickers it came with, but let's jump right into planning. So I pulled out my journal and it's time to get started. It has this really pretty, nice pattern all over the cover, this really cute little bookmark, an elastic loop on the side, and then a little pen holder here. It is the same design front and back, and I really like it. And then it also has a bunch of pages that have green on the end, so it looks very cohesive. Comment down below what you think I should use this pocket for, and let's start planning. First things first, when it comes to your journal, I'm going ahead and write my name. I will link all the supplies, pens, markers, the shades of all of them, everything down in the description box if you want to check it out afterwards. I'm going to be starting out by writing my numbers. This is my little yearly cover page, so I chose to do this fun little font that has some fun curve detailing, and I think it will add a fun little touch to this page. So I'm just going to write all of those numbers in, and then we're going to go ahead and pick the color palette you want to use for this year. This year I decided to go with this green, yellow, terracotta, and blue color. I went ahead and colored in all of my numbers already, and then I added some detailing. So I decided to do some half little circle shapes all around the side, and once I had finished those, I wanted to work on some detailing for the corners of the pages to just kind of add a little bit more to this theme and this setup. So I made these curved shapes kind of like a rainbow, and I just alternated the colors. So in this corner I'm using this brown and this yellow color, and in the other I'll be using green and blue. Now you can use this theme for any time of the year. It does not just have to be your yearly setup. It could be cute for any month or any different page you wanted to do, and I'm just going to be completing that. I decided to make each corner a different height or different size, so this corner is bigger than the other one, and I think it both turned out really cute and matches really well. Once I completed the green, I went in with my blue Tombow marker and I just filled in all of the extra blank space, which is very satisfying to do. And once I finished that, my cover page was pretty much complete. And the next page I'm working on is my birthday section, so I put all 12 months on 2 different pages, and I use this instead of a future log just to keep all my birthdays organized. So I just split them into 6 months on each 2 pages, made mini calendars, and then divided them all. Lots of people usually use this for a future log, but I prefer just to use it for my birthdays, and it keeps them all organized, which is really helpful. And then once I completed that, I went and did the exact same thing on the page right next to it, and I decided to color in the letters at the top but leave the ones that named the months not filled in, and I think it turned out really cute. So now I'm working on my second page, just repeating the same thing, and I just mix matched all of the colors that I'm doing. I wasn't doing a certain pattern or anything like that. The next page I'm moving on to is my 2024 goals section. I did the same little pattern on the sides. I wrote 2024 goals right on top, and the other side I'm making a bucket list, but I have a personal, health, academic, and other section for the bucket list. I colored in these little squares and outline them with my Micron, and then I'm just going to write my little bucket list items on that. My next page I have is the things to check out. I have books, music, movies and shows, and then another little category. And then on the other side, I decided to make a little weather tracker so I could have fun just tracking the weather. I was really just doing this out of curiosity. I saw someone else do it on YouTube. I'm not quite sure who it was, but I thought it would be fun to look back on the year when it's all filled out and completed and see all the different colors. And so I just finished that up. My next page I'm working on is this favorites and dreams page. For these these two, I decided not to color in the letters at the top completely. I just outlined them, and I think it's fun to change it up throughout the different pages. So I just went ahead and I took each color and I threw it up there. Again, I did not do a certain pattern or anything. I just outlined each letter, and then I did the same thing over on the dreams side, but for this one, I'm not going to add little sections. I'm just going to fill it in however I want. On the favorite section, I put 4 different ones, and I titled them different things. So the first one we have is foods and recipes, so I can kind of put my top favorites here throughout the year or at the end of the year, so I can look back on them when it's all finished. Then I have a little hobbies and things to do section, and I'm also excited to look at this, so maybe I put a few at the beginning of the year and then see by the end of the year maybe something else is my favorite hobby, so it'll be fun to look back on. I also have a books and music section. And then last but not least, I added a little colors and styles section. Now I'm working on my little book section and reading part of my journal. So on the left hand side, I have a books I read page, and then on the other side, I have a reading chart, so I can mark how much I read each day. And then on the books I read side, I'm going to obviously mark down all the books I completed, and then I also might put some books I want to read. I'm not quite sure yet. I might stick those on there with a sticky note or something, but that's the plan so far. Making these little reading and weather charts is really easy. You could use them for anything, and you could track anything with them all year long if you wanted to. All you have to do for them is make 12 different sections for each month, and then each section has to have 31 days on it, and then you can make a little box key of how you would fill in each one, or color coordinated chart to kind of figure out how you would be able to tell what you did on each day. So on here I'll mark 5 to 10 pages of reading, or maybe I'll do 1 to 2 chapters, or completed book, or 50 pages, whatever I'm going to do as my little markers. I'll put that on the side with different colors or different symbols, and that's how I can fill out the little boxes. I'll just put the names of the month with the first letter at the top of all the boxes, and then number down the side. And each day I'll just go find the day and the month, and there you go. And that is pretty much it for these 2 pages, and then we're all complete. So that was pretty much my yearly setup. I have my January monthly setup coming out super soon, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And here we have our flip through. So we have our cover page here. Then next we have our birthdays, which I use instead of a future log, but it's basically the same thing. I just mainly put birthdays on these 2 pages. Next up, we have our 2024 goals and bucket list section. So on my goals side, I have a personal, health, academic, and other. And then on my bucket list, I can just fill in all the little things I want to do on the little papers that I drew out. And then I have my things to check out, which is books, music, movies, shows, and other. My little weather scale here, which I can fill in according to what the weather's like. And then on the next page, we have my favorites and dreams section. So I can put my favorite foods, recipes, I can put my favorite hobbies and things to do, books and music, and then my colors or styles, whatever I want to use it as. We also have the books I read and my reading chart, and that is it for my 2024 yearly setup. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any more videos coming out super soon. I also apologize for my voice in this video. I am getting over a little bit of a cold, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!